Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Generation X Nation. You guys seen the thumbnail. I'm going to get right to it. We'll be reviewing the last episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville that aired the other night. And then I'll go over just the issues that's been going on all week between Ariane, Martell, Maurice, and Sunny, and all the crap that had been going on and all over the blogs and YouTube. I'm just going to give my take on it. Everything on my channel is alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Okay, this is just what I observe and what I watch. Again, when I do my commentary, it's based on what I see on the television screen. I do not know anybody personally, and I hope they don't take it that way. So let's start off with the last episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Mel and Maurice sat down together. I really appreciated that, and tried to work out their differences. It seems to me that there was just a cross in communication. I don't think Maurice was understanding where Melanie was coming from, as far as they don't have that, from what I gathered, they didn't have that close of a relationship as she did with Marceau. And I think she was trying to tell him, you allowed yourself to get out here and getting this DWI. And it wasn't her being nosy. She was just saying, hey, this is what everybody was talking about. And I guess you felt some type of way when I brought it up to you and asked certain questions of you. Maybe he was offended. But Maurice, I mean, at this point, just get over it. I'm not saying that DWI is not important and it's not a major crime. I know people have lost family members and friends and loved ones to drunk drivers, but you're not the first person that has made a mistake like that. Sit in your mistake, go through the process, and whatever punishment you get, take it, and just get over it. You're making it a big deal, and I get it's a storyline because you are all over the blogs because you are a reality TV star. But I don't think Mel was teasing or pushing at you in any negative way, asking people about it. It seemed like you guys are always offended when she asks questions, but it's okay for y'all to continue to ask questions about her and her life. Mel, there was points in the conversation where I felt she was a little petty, but I can understand once again why she behaves that way. But at the end, it seemed like they came to a mutual respect for each other. But one thing I did pick up on, it seems to me that Mel did hold Maurice to a little higher standard than she held everybody else. And I don't think Maurice caught that, or maybe it kind of went over his head. They both seem to be two highly intelligent individuals having that conversation. And that part I respect. I don't, Maurice is maybe not one of my favorite cast members on the show. I don't particularly hate him. I can live with or without him and Kimmy. But in that moment, I appreciate that maybe the last two episodes, I seen Maurice starting to maybe clock in and actually speak up a little bit, because he has been sitting back behind the scenes and just watching stuff go off, and really didn't say much. But it seems like somebody has whispered in his ear, you need to speak up and start talking a little bit more. So I appreciate that Maurice did sit down and had that conversation. Marquez, Chris, and Marceau. Oh my God, it was kind of humorous, but I'm at the point now where I still like Marquez, however they pronounce his name. I think he's a good guy. I think he's a little immature, and I really think he needs therapy. I really think he needs to sort through his feelings, and he needs to accept his part in that whole love triangle that he contributed to and he helped create. I mean, you can't just go away for over a year and then expect to show back up to your home with your wife and kids and just start over from where you left. That lady had to support and provide for those kids a whole year without you, and she had to figure it out for a whole year without you. So for you to leave the door open for somebody else to come in and take your place and then get upset that they did that, it's kind of odd to me. And I think you really need to go and get some type of professional help. No, I mean, seriously, whatever that doctor was, that started out, I forget his name, the black guy with the gray hair. He started out on the show when he would counsel them, and they did a little retreat with him once. They need to bring him back, because the show definitely needs him. Or either go find Ayana or somebody, but somebody needs to fix some of their lives down there, because they're a little bit off. Excuse me. Nail and Mel sitting down in the store with the wedding dress scene. I thought that was very touching and very emotional, and I'm glad that they worked their little problems out, whatever they had. I like them two together. Even though Nell gets under my skin sometimes, I think in that particular conversation, she was genuinely hurt and she genuinely wanted her friend back and wanted to make sure she cleared the air with her. So I definitely appreciated that. And last scene, well, the last two scenes where they went to the Melanie Mimosas with Melanie, thought it was a very beautiful, eloquent event. I'm glad that people did show up to support her. I know Tisha wasn't there. I can understand why. Marceau said she flew out to Las Vegas to be with Miss Wanda. I don't know, maybe it was a special event. I get it. I don't think Tisha really wanted to show up, so that was a good excuse to get away. But I'm glad they did come in and support Melanie. Um, Getting back to the Marquez, Chris Fletcher, and Marceau. Marquez, just take the advice from them guys. I'm not saying they perfect gentlemen. I know each of them have their own skeletons in their closet, but you were just dead wrong, and just accept that and move on. Um, Also with Chris, I forgot the scene with Chris and Nell sat down together, and she questioned him about introducing Trisha to Martell. I mean, it was, I mean, I understand Nell being a little frustrated because that was supposed to be their friends and they was working on trying to keep the marriage together. And here you are out here introducing him to somebody else. Chris probably was wrong for that, but again, we don't know all the ins and outs because nobody ever, I don't believe I heard the real truth on that story because it changes every time an episode airs. There's a new version of how Martell and Trisha met. Just say y'all met, y'all hooked up one night, y'all was lonely, whatever the case may be, y'all hit it and quit it and moved on. Just say that. We'll accept that because it's changing the stories and the narrative every other episode is getting draining. Trish needs to, focus more on getting that divorce from that young man and starting her life with the new guy. And last but not least, I hate to say it, but Marceau, when he at the closing of the episode when they was showing the what's coming on next week, and he confronted Martell and he said, "I'm simply better than you." I mean, that cut deep. I laugh, and this is why I love Marceau. And Martell couldn't take it. He wanted to run off. I could see in that little tight suit. He wanted to get up and run out of there. Marceau hit the nail on the head. Not saying Marceau is any better of a human being than Martell, but in that moment, he ate on that one. And Marceau, that was hilarious to me. That will forever live in my brain every time I think about Marceau and Martell argue. And he said, "I'm simply better than you." God, just to say that to somebody, you got to have a lot of, you know, I'll just leave it at that. That was funny to me. I don't care what nobody say. Um, as I said in my thumbnail, is the rain over? The reason I'm asking that is because we've seen a lot of things going on lately in on YouTube and in social media about these cast members from Carlos King Productions, King Rain Productions, whatever, the Carlos King show. I like Carlos King. Nothing, I won't say anything negative about him. Again, I don't have a thing in me where I hate people or dislike people that I don't know and have not personally met who have not done anything to me personally. I understand these shows are reality TV shows and I go off of what I see on screen. I do understand it's also their real lives too at the same time, but a little bit is a little, ad libbing and acting too. And with that being said, he's had some bad luck with some of these cast members quitting the shows and walking away and then going back and doing interviews and saying some, talking about their experiences. This is not looking good. And that's why I said it's the reign over. It's not to take him down or knock him off his throne or anything like that. But I did put a picture of the Game of Thrones throne up there, the Iron Throne, because everybody fights for the Iron Throne. If you watch the show, the three houses would fight for the Iron Throne. And right now he has pretty much three houses, that's coming after that throne per se. You have Love and Marriage DC, where you had Monique Samuels doing the interview. You had Winter doing the interview, saying how they were treated. They didn't feel, protected or safe or whatever the case may be. Felt like they was being used and things of that nature. So that's the House of DC. And if you watch the Game of Thrones, there's three houses, as I say, that's coming after the Iron Throne. So then you go to the other side of the fence down in Mississippi, and you have Bell Collective. So you got the Bell Collective's house down there in Mississippi. You just recently had Akeisha quit right on TV, on the podcast live. And later on, you got a social media post from So Gucci and JJ who walked away from the show. And both of them basically explained that, at the end of the day, they had other things going on. Of course, Akeisha is trying to get her certain things, to, circles and stuff that she's floating in, that this show is not doing the best for her reputation and what she want to project to the world, her or her husband. So Gucci's down there saying she doesn't feel safe because you bring somebody on the set who she has a restraining order or something against, and you want them to film together. I get that. So they walked away. Then you have Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay, which we would call the House of Huntsville. And you had some things going on down there. You had Stormy and Courtney walked away because I guess Stormy said she couldn't take some of the things that were going on behind the scenes on social media with some of the fans of the show. And then she had her business to run, and the show was really affecting her business at some points when people was writing stuff up and saying things about her business. I don't know if it's true or not. Again, everything on my channel is alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. I don't know how true that was, but I know there were some lawsuits and stuff that were actually happening to her, and she did get arrested. And then you had Tiffany and Lou that had quit. Tiffany, hold on a second. Okay, excuse me, I had to drink some in my throat. Tiffany just couldn't take it after the baby, what was going on with the show, and she was suffering from postpartum depression, and she had a new baby, and all the stuff on social media. Again, fans of the show, negative, positive postings and things that they were doing. She didn't want no parts of it. We had Destiny that left and came back. Sonny and Moses. Moses is now incarcerated for breaking his parole, coming down there to Huntsville without permission. So it's just a lot. Love and Marriage Detroit, I don't know what's going on with that. I'm assuming it's on life support. It may or may not still be there. And then that one show in Houston, the Family Empire with the real estate people. The way that show ended with all the secrets and the way that uncle was talking to the daughter that he allegedly had, I guess, outside of whatever relationship he had with that other lady there. It was disrespectful the way they treated that lady. So again, he doesn't Mr. King doesn't create these families, but these family dynamics, but it kind of exposes them and put them on a bigger platform. And so you have more social media outlets out there now where people can reach you, find you, and say more negative things about you than 10, 15 years ago when social media was still fairly new. Now people know how to use it instantaneously. Something happens on the show, within 10 minutes of it, people watch the show live and posting this negative stuff. So it's totally different. It's a different world out there. We don't know if Melanie's returning for sure. I mean, I'm sure she'll film a little bit, but eventually I think she's going to walk away. And we don't know, Destiny's up in the air for most of the part. But if you look at everybody that I posted on that photo has at some point has walked away or left the show, probably not to come back for the most part. Outside of Destiny, I think she'll continue to come back and leave whenever they want because, let's be honest, she really needs the money. Okay. I noticed in the next episode she's going to be relaunching Madonna again. I don't know if she's doing that out of a storage shed or not. I'm assuming she may be renting a place or something. I don't know. That's a whole nother topic there, but it's just amazing to me. So I say that to say, is it reign over? Now you had all of these negatives, impacts of the show that impacted people in their personal lives that caused them to get up and walk away from the show. Okay? But nobody has impacted the negativity more than these two right here. And I think those two will be the downfall of this show. And that is that Arion and that Martell. I don't know why, for the life of me, that them two don't go somewhere and sit their behinds down and stop what they're doing. Martell, you should be thanking God you still are able to come on that show and people are filming with you and you can make some type of income to help support those four kids you got over there. Because we all know Melanie don't get child support from you. So stop getting on the show bragging about, I won't take care of my kids. I just need to be around my kids. You're not taking care of them financially. We know that. And maybe the little crumbs you send over there probably ain't enough for what they need and how they're living and to keep up with their lifestyle. So spend the time you need to spend with your kids. Try to be a good father. Because remember, all the shenanigans that you're doing right now, some points your kids are going to be old enough to see it on social media. It's going to live there forever. You're not going to hide. You're not going to, and you're going to have to do a lot of explaining. And eventually kids get old enough to decide whether they won't even be in your presence or not. Okay? They get old enough to decide that. Look at, if you think I'm lying, go over there and look at Gary Owens and see how long his kids kept them out of their lives. And he's just now reconnecting with them. They can do that. You can't force them once they become a certain age to be around. So keep that in mind. You want, if you want to keep and stay within their lives, you got to stop this foolishness. You and Ariana are just, y'all made for each other. I wish Ayana could come. I don't think Ayana can get to you, Martell. I think you are really done. You and her are cooked. Y'all really are. When they say let them cook, y'all are cooked. And it's just a matter of somebody's going down, either you or that show. And if y'all take Carlos' show down, it ain't going. I can tell you, he ain't going out without a fight. Okay. I'm really not sure what you guys are trying to accomplish. You had that whole tell-all thing y'all did when, oh, we're gonna, I'm Martell Hope and I'm Ariane Curry and the Scots asked for it and we're gonna do it. Oh, that was great. That was great. I mean, it wasn't like everybody was, you know, knocking down door like, give us the Scots scoop because we want to break up their marriage. That was some stuff you two clowns decided was okay to do. That wasn't okay to do. There was nothing okay about sitting here trying to break up those people's marriages. I didn't see anything cool about it. I think it was totally wrong for y'all to even come after them like that. But that's just my opinion. Again, everything on my channel is alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. And so when I'm saying what happens next, say for instance, your little YouTube interview with that young lady worked, and then the Scots break up or separate. Is that what y'all wanted? You accomplish what you wanted? Are y'all going to go home and laugh and toast each other champagne? Ooh, we broke up another marriage. We ruined a happy home. Good for us. Kiki, ha ha. Is that what y'all wanted? Because that is some very, very demonic behavior. It's very toxic and not entertaining at all. It really is. I cannot understand, what do you get out of sitting on a platform, bringing out some side chick and destroying somebody's happy home? What are y'all getting out of that? It doesn't make sense to me. And for some reason, you two clowns think that's funny. You think it's okay to do. You think it's okay to treat a person like that. Because y'all messed up what y'all had going on. Martell, you blew your marriage because of her. Y'all, so now because you miserable, you want everybody else to be miserable too? That's going to make you happy. And then at the very end, if you and him coming out of some convention center, I don't know, gala y'all was at, talking about, if anybody know anything about Credit One, call me. Arian, I don't know what kind of woman you are. Are you out here queen of the side chicks, or you want to vindicate every side chick in America? You get some kind of certain personal thrill out of being a side chick and taking down people's relationships and families, and it just doesn't make sense to me. You gotta, it just doesn't make sense to you. I'm confused because you did this interview, and then after that, y'all went live laughing about it. The Scots this and the Scots that. Y'all getting some personal enjoyment out of watching trying to destroy a family because you want people to feel the pain and hurt that you feel. You want them to feel just like you. So you got some enjoyment out of that. But then it didn't turn out how you want. You didn't make the money off of it. You didn't get the feedback that you was looking for. So after that, what did y'all decide to do? You get mad at Martell for whatever reason. And I don't know if it had to do with that whatever was happening at the park, or people calling you shareable, or found out there was some real video of you doing certain things from what they're saying that he had and showed other people. I don't know what it was, but all of a sudden, now you're back on social media calling content creators, talking about Martell. He ain't this and that. If I was Melody, she should have left him a long time ago. Well, if she'd have left him a long time ago, you would have just been with him a long time ago. It wouldn't make a difference. You was determined to have that man. It's obvious. But see, during the interview, you was rubbing on him. Baby. Can't nobody tell me nothing about Martell. I know everything there is to know about Martell. Well, apparently you didn't. Because all of a sudden you mad at him again. You remember that? I know everything. That's my baby. Well, Martell, was you up there? Because I know you was doing something, Martell. You wanted to let the world know that you and Martell had this ongoing relationship, and you knew everything about him, and y'all didn't have no secrets, and you was just as important to him as his wife. That's what you were trying to do. That's why you kept making little comments like that, because you wanted to send a message to the world and to Melody. But Melody ain't thinking about you. That girl has moved on. Then you say, oh, well, he can't get none off the ground anyway. He's slow. He can't even get that wine going. The only money he gets is from that show and that wine he trying to sell, and he can't sell that. But Melody has moved on and blossomed. Melody don't need a compliment from you. I could pretty much tell you that right now. She probably don't even care. She ain't following you guys. Okay, make sure she ain't hearing what you're saying. Somebody may be telling her she ain't paying attention. But trying to compliment her is a little bit too late. If you want to compliment her, you should apologize a long time ago. Okay? But it seems like to me, every time he does something to piss you off, then you run to a blogger and start talking stuff about him and his ex-wife. She is no longer in the picture. She doesn't care. She gave him to you. Take her out of the equation. But what I didn't like is, one, you start bringing up the children. What did you say? You poured into his children. Poured what? They didn't need nothing from you. No encouragement, nothing. Stop acting like you was a stepmom to them. You are not their stepmother. You are not married to Martell. You are not the stepmother. Stop acting like you are. Two, you sat there and said, exposed something allegedly about their mother and somebody in some inappropriate behavior from another person towards Melanie that her mother knew about. That is not your story to tell. That is so disrespectful. If it happened or not, Martell should never lay down in that bed, pillow talking to you, telling him you personal stuff about her, and you had no right to repeat it if it's true, allegedly. Because she's the only one that can tell her story because she lived it. Stop that. Don't ever repeat that again. It's disrespectful. Do you know how traumatizing it is for a person, if allegedly that happened, to go through something like that and live through it and keep thriving in life and not letting it hinder them? And you going to sit here and just blurt it out to a blogger? No disrespect to the bloggers, because, she said it to several other people. But you just blurt that out like it's nothing. I don't know who raised you. And I keep saying that, no disrespect to your mom. But what kind of woman are you? You are definitely one of a kind. I don't know too many women at this point that in your age that will behave like that. All I'm saying is one day y'all children going to see all these shenanigans you and him pulled off. Y'all need, you, Martell, and Ariane, Coleslaw, whatever y'all want to call her, you need therapy. And I will continue to say it till you get it. I don't know who y'all talk to. You need therapy. Something is wrong with you to continue to try to find happiness making other people miserable. You tried to find happiness making Melanie miserable. She gave you Martell. You still miserable. Now you're trying to find happiness, trying to break up Marceau and Letitia's marriage. You still miserable. You can't figure out the goddamn common denominator in your misery is Martell. Aaron, I'm just speaking to you as a woman. Get your shit together. That man cannot be your end all and be all. You are on this earth, and the only person you have to please is a party of one, and that's God. You will spend the rest of your freaking good years you got left trying to please raggedy ass Martell. And you may end up with him in the end. And you will look at him one day and say, I gave up everything for this sorry ass ninja. I could have been A, B, C, and D, but I let him take all my youth. I can't go to school. I can't work. I let him take all of that from me. You should never have given your life for a man that still ain't put a ring on your finger after 10 damn years. You 35 years old. I gave you a pass when you was in your 20s. You are too old to be acting like this. You are too old to be out here still trying to destroy people's lives, kiki and laughing. And then you post some spiritual quote on your pages. No, God see you. He know your heart. Yeah, he do. He know exactly what you did 2 minutes before you went over your knees and prayed. Y'all need to get y'all lives together. You and Martell are full of shit. And I can't say it. I don't know. Last but not least, y'all tried to slick on. You and him tried to pull a fast one and sneak your ass on the show. Why do you insist on wanting to be a celebrity, a reality TV star? You are doing whatever it takes to be famous, but you're doing it the wrong way, and you're going to be famous for the wrong things. You think you got it all figured out and all that. Don't worry about the haters. You need them alone. If you that bad, take your ass over there to Zeus Network. They'll take anybody over there. Go on over there. Talk shit to them girls over there. See how that worked for you. You know, you are a freaking whore for fame. You're going to sneak on a set and try to get 5 seconds of TV just to be seen. That ain't your show. That show ain't about you, even though you think it is. You think it's about you because somebody got divorced of a person cheating. That's it. It ain't about you. What business you got? It's about black excellence. Where's your black excellence at? Now, if you was a side chick and you was a real estate mogul, maybe they put you on the damn show. But where's your black excellence? That man is bringing you down far. He's already at the bottom. You going right along there with him. It's ridiculous. And I don't know what else people can say. These bloggers have called you every name under the sun. They have tried to reach out to you in a good way, a bad way. You ain't listening to nobody but this man right here. He's an idiot because I guarantee you, if somebody better come along, he's gone. Okay? Get that dusty bun off your damn head because we tired of seeing it. Change your hairstyle some. Do something different. And go get you some freaking help that you need. Both of y'all need help. Both of y'all are narcissistic. And y'all really are made for each other. He disowns you and you study supports him. Then when you get mad, you go talk, Martell ain't shit. And then 5 minutes later, can't nobody tell me about Martell? Hey baby. What is it? Which one is it? That's some bipolar shit. No disrespect to people that have mental health issues, but something wrong with you. That's why I'm saying go get help. Now you keep saying he won't let me go. Bitch, this ain't slavery. You can walk away anytime you want. You choose to stay. At this point, you 35, 36 years old. You are now making choices in life. Ain't nobody manipulating you. You know exactly where you at. You know exactly what type of relationship is. You are doing this shit on your own. Stop blaming other people. Okay? And what I'm saying is, if you and Martell don't stop this foolishness, y'all going to bring that show all the way down. And that's what I mean by the kingdom ring falling. Because I think you two will be the two that bring this show off the air. You two will be the show to bring this show down. And if the show goes off the air, then what? Martell, where you gonna make your money at? Don't nobody remember you. You're not memorable, Ariana. And you remember as coleslaw, but if the show goes off the air, then what? And eventually it will. But y'all built nothing for yourself to sustain after the show, after you're off the show. None of y'all. You or Martell, neither one of y'all have built anything to sustain once the show leaves the air. You two are y'all basically just want to be famous. Ariana, for some reason, you want to be on reality TV. You want to be famous, and you're going to try any way you can to be famous. Just go get a job. Because where you going right now, listening to Martell, he ain't going to be on the damn show. Just stop. All right? I hope Kingdom Reign survives at least this Huntsville until it's time to leave the air. But you guys are going to kill this show. Y'all are the biggest threat to the show. Y'all are the biggest threat to the throne. There's other shows that are having problems. And if all these shows start falling apart, Kingdom Reign will fall. But the first two people they need to work on getting up out of there is you two. Because y'all are really making this show hit rock bottom. We need to see more Black excellence. We need to see more people building companies. We need to see more people doing positive things. I don't care, charity things or something. Just this shit here trying to tear people down every episode. That ain't what it's about. That ain't what it's about. Maybe 20% drama we cool with. But you are an evil chick. I ain't never seen a woman behave like. And I'm not, everybody know Martell's an asshole. We done figured that out. But for you to continue to go along with this and try to act like he keep doing this to me, stop using that shit as an excuse. You are a grown, matured woman with 2 damn kids at this point. You're not in your 20s. You're damn near in your 40s. It's time to make better decisions. Ain't nobody that goddamn stupid. If his wife can walk away with 4 kids, surely you can walk away with 1. Get your shit together and stop letting that man take you down. And Martell, he's the biggest manipulator out there. You need to figure some shit out, Martell. For you to come up there and try to sneak Ariana on the damn show, you's a slick ass ninja. I'm glad that lady left you. You ain't shit. And that is the honest to God truth. And if anybody out there looking at him beyond his looks, he's cute. Yeah, he's good. He's good on the eyes. Wears a suit, but that's about all he worth. If you see him, run and don't look back. I hope Kingdom Reign lasts, but from where I'm sitting, if y'all don't do something with them 2 people, they're the 2 most dangerous people down there in Huntsville is them 2. And again, I always say, what the hell going on in Huntsville? But that's a whole nother show. But them are the 2 most dangerous people to that show. And if y'all don't get them out of there and settle their asses down, that whole show will be off the air. With that being said, this is Generation X Nation. I'm about to sign off. I'm going to watch some of this Married to Medicine foolery. Reality TV is crazy, but it's fun to talk about. But yeah, I think they need to really reevaluate Martell's role on the show and getting his ass off of TV. Or Martell need to get his damn side piece, coleslaw, baby mama, whatever you want to call her, in check, or it will be the downfall of that show. And that'll be one show that Kingdom Reign will lose. And Carlos, you have worked your ass off to build up your own production company. Don't let clowns like this on your show. If you got to let him go, cut him loose, cut him loose. He's disrespecting you and everything you built. So if you got to serve that relationship, serve that relationship. You know, I know a lot of people talk about Carlos and things you do, whatever. You know, I don't know you, so I can't say anything negative. I know you out here trying to work just like everybody else. May not be doing it in the best way, but if you want your shit to survive, people like that, that's, you know, their detriment to what you're trying to do, you're going to have to cut them off. Because if you bring her on the show, it's probably going to kill the show for real. Because I don't think that many people really want to see her. There's no more she can tell us. She will only be on the show to try to destroy the Scott's marriage. And we don't want to see any more toxicity. We don't want to see any more marriages destroyed. Yeah, they do have problems in marriages, but not the way she wants to take them out. And then Martell, she's his little robot. So he just twists her up and send her out. And she go do whatever the hell She does whatever the hell he says. That's why I'm blaming her a lot. We all know Martell's a butthole. We already expect shit out of him. But I'm blaming her because she just lets him twist it back. And that's because he supports her. He said it. I take care of you like my child. I take care of you just like you're one of my kids too. So if a man is supporting you, then he can control you. And that's what it is with her. She don't have much left to do. She got to do what he says, or he may pull the rug from under her. And then what? She got to go get a real job. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Everybody ain't cut out for this fame game. They just ain't. And maybe going forward, when you're casting people for shows, sit down and have that conversation. Here's what's going to happen when you become famous or a reality TV star. You're going to have people who love you. You're going to have people who hate you. You're going to have people say negative stuff about you. You're going to have people who come from your high school or your college, dig up old stories that you did. They may find your parents or your kids. Be ready for all that. And if you ain't ready, don't get on this show. That's what needs to be said to these people. Okay? So we don't have to have this kind of shit anymore. But gotta go. I appreciate everybody who's listening. Please pass the word. I do my best on this channel. I'm still learning a lot of stuff. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Everything I say on this channel is alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. I definitely would appreciate it. And anything that y'all want me to talk about, any shows that y'all watch, I'll be doing some other shows. I really am. I'm just waiting for this season to end, and I'll start on some other shows. But yeah, put it in the chat box because I do watch a lot of reality TV because pretty much that's all that's on TV any damn way. But yeah, just like and subscribe. Please keep passing it around. Please keep sharing it, and I'll keep uploading recordings of various shows. Also, Love and Hip Hop will be back on. I think next week I may do a recap of that. That's a crazy show too. Woo, the one in Atlanta. There's a lot going on there. I hope everybody have a really safe evening. It's cold out. Outside, we've been having some chilly weather coming through here, real windy. So y'all stay safe and warm, And again, everything on my channel is alleged in my opinion. Please like and for entertainment purposes only. Please like and subscribe. And with that, Generation X Nation is out. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye.